What are we not talking about that you think is a storyline that should be discussed more?
Well, at this point in the season, I just saw some of the Bills guys were here when they played in LA a couple weeks back, and we were just talking about some of the openings because the ugly truth of the season was Rich and I were in London and Germany, and the Jets and the Giants, I was on both of their sidelines. It's just been so brutal in New York. I think it'd be low-hanging fruit to talk about the potential openings in New York and the actual opening that's in New York. But I don't like doing that at this juncture of the season. There's too much good to talk about. The Minnesota native in me would like to talk about the Minnesota.
Well, I was going to ask you about the Vikings since they do play on this Monday night. And are involved with that little tiebreaker with the Lions. So what are you expecting? I mean, how do you feel about where they are?
Wait, I saw you do that thing.
The horn.
I thought, with the horn. I saw you do that thing.
Yes,
that was a big deal.
It was a huge deal. It was nerve-wracking because I'm not normally fan-like. I don't, you kind of train yourself out of that over the years in our careers, but there was so many people in my life that are Vikings fans that I essentially was I'm just going to lose my mind for them. My dad and my husband and my father-in-law and all those people. And it was an awesome night.
And that was a very technical term I used. I saw you do that thing.
Do that thing. Sound the Gallarhorn.
I never knew what it was called.
Yeah, the Gallarhorn. Gallarhorn. GJ. I think it's wonderful what they've done. It still makes me nervous about what is ahead for them just because Sam Darnold is playing great, but it's the question of, is this Kevin O'Connell propping up a quarterback, or is this truly an untapped Sam Darnold that three other teams couldn't get out of him up until this point? Defense is playing out of their minds, but they still, if they went out, that means that they're beating a Lions team, which now after last night, I think it looks like they could do. But what do you look like when you hit the postseason? I actually like the fact that their run game has kind of just balanced out for a week or two. I think I could see Aaron Jones having a resurgence here. But it's a high stress environment and I'm sure people feel like this in Detroit and Buffalo and markets that just haven't had January success the way that many teams want to. But there is something about the Vikings and their history that one of these, tonight, very easily, it could be dropped. And all of a sudden, they're of course, that's what happens. So it would be sad. It would not be surprising because of history. But I think Kevin O'Connell is the coach of the year.
Wow.
I do think that.
How come?
Because of the Sam Darnold situation, having the confidence in your third year to move on from what easily could have been a franchise quarterback. I mean, there is no one more polarizing, weirdly, than Kirk Cousins in this league. It's shocking to me. But Kevin O'Connell stood up and decided, I'm going to move on. I know what I can do, and I know what I need, and this is not it. And now that what we're seeing this year in Atlanta is pretty cool.
Check out new episodes of What the Football with Suzy Shuster and Amy Trask every Tuesday. Watch us on the Rich Eisen Show YouTube page or follow and listen wherever you get your podcasts.